Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with Last Kiss Before Summer. 13 days left. Didn't play the sound. It's always concerning. The rhythmic beeping of a monitor lures me back into consciousness. I slowly open my eyes and look up at the ceiling. I hope it didn't mess up the sound again. Yeah, I hate when it does that. Slowly open my eyes and look up at the ceiling. Back again so soon, huh? It's only been a couple of weeks since last time. I move to sit up when I notice a weight on my stomach. Is it Saya? Hope it's Julie. Julie, get off my stomach. I put my hand on her head, causing her to jolt awake and look at me. Shorty, you're awake! She scrambles up and calls out the door. Nurse! Nurse! Shorty is awake! She rushes back to my side and looks me over. How are you? Do you feel okay? What happened? That's what I want to know. Why am I here? The doctor said the infection in your lungs is spreading. Suddenly, Julie hugs me tightly. I was so worried you wouldn't wake up. Don't worry, I've got a couple more weeks. I wouldn't go without saying goodbye, or you think I'm that easy to kill. I think I'll say the middle one, even though we don't really know how it's going to happen. I wouldn't go without saying goodbye. But you never know. I give her an encouraging smile and cup her cheek, causing her to close her eyes and sigh. Is this like the girl we have the most love points with? I promise I won't just disappear on you, okay? Julie nods while touching her hand to mine. The nurse comes in and smiles brightly. She's very nice. Well, good morning to you. How are we feeling today? Never been better. However, my body betrays me and I begin to cough again. Coughing is the worst. Shorty, are you alright? I nod, pounding my chest. I'm okay, just choking on my own spit. You gave us quite the scare. She checks the monitors and makes approving noises while nodding. Meanwhile, where's my family? Okay, I've already called the doctor, but I'm going to go call your parents now. Do you need anything? No, thank you. The nurse leaves with a wave, and I relax back in the bed. So, what day is it? It's already Sunday. Which means you've only got... Invisible Saya! Which means you've only got 13 days left. Saya appears at the foot of my bed. I groan and rub my forehead. So I lost an entire weekend? You know, if you didn't insist on going to school, every day would be a weekend. I shoot Saya a quick glare, but then my parents and brother come in. Oh, I was so worried. How are you feeling? Mom hugs me so tightly I can barely breathe. Mom, if you squeeze him any harder, you'll finish him off. Everyone laughs and my mom loosens her grip, looking me over. You really shouldn't be pushing yourself so much. I wasn't even doing anything. She's talking about leading up to it. Your mother is just worried, Shorty. There's the doctor. Dr. Inoue walks in and my parents part to make room for him. As she should be. Most people in your position would be relaxing, not going to high school. How do things look, doctor? Well, pretty good, all things considered, but I still don't like that you passed out. Can I go home? I think he said, and missed out on the hospital food? Well, it's true that you're out of immediate danger. I would prefer if you stayed another night for observation. I mean, I'm on death's doorstep, sir. I shake my head. No, I don't want to spend my last days in a hospital. That's the one thing I don't want to do. But you might make things worse. Honey, you need to listen to the doctor. I want to go home. I want to live the rest of my life. I won't budge on that. If we force him, the stress might make things worse. So temper tantrums are the way to go. I'll let you go, Shorty, on one condition. Take it easy from here on out. Ha, fat chance. Got it. Thanks, Doc. 12 days left. Despite my mom's protest, I'm back at school only a day after being released from the hospital. When I get to the classroom, Julie is already there and she rushes up to me. Are you sure it's okay for you to be here? Don't you want to rest? I do wonder if it would have been one of the other girls. I'll have to watch like someone's Let's Play or something. What should I do? Do jumping jacks to show you're okay? Okay, we're not doing that. That's a dumb idea. Tell her she sounds like your mom, or shrug. I'll just shrug. I shrug and start to walk to my seat. Hey, I'm serious, please. I turn to look at Julie and feel bad when I see the distress on her face. Julie, thanks for worrying, but I promise I'm listening to my body, and I'll rest when I need to. I don't want you to. I know, but please respect my decision to come here, okay? Julie puts a hand on my arm and looks up at me. I need to tell you something, Shorty. Why are you so serious all of a sudden? Julie's eyebrows knit together and she takes a deep breath. I've been trying to fight it, and I know I shouldn't even bother saying anything. Is she going to confess her love? But after thinking you were going to die the other day, I knew I would regret it if I never said anything. Julie? What are you? I love you, Shorty. Not just as a friend. I'm in love with you. Hug her or say you need time. Well, we know what we're doing. We're saying we need time. Julie, wow, I didn't expect that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have... No, it's fine. I'm happy to hear it. I need some time. I see. Okay, I'll wait for you. Thanks, Julie. Suddenly, the door to the classroom slides open and a blur of color rushes past me, colliding with my body and squeezing it tightly. Is it Mira? I think it must be Mira. Mira, be careful. Good morning, Mira. Can't breathe. I pry her off of me and take a gulping breath. Hey, mister, you better not croak before we figure out our mystery, you got it? If you do, I swear I'm going to resurrect you just so I can kick your butt for bailing on us. I laugh and pat her on the head, making her pout. I'll do my best, Mira. Where's Susan? Look at the active silhouettes here in the background. I try my best to concentrate through class, but for some reason it's harder than before. Every time I try to read or listen to a lecture, I can't help but worry that I have less time than I think. Well, we know exactly how much time we have. Is Saya wrong? Did she know I was going to pass out? If she knew, why didn't she say anything? What kind of a guardian is she? At least now it's PE, so I don't have to think. Oi, Earth to Shorty! Mira waves her hand in front of my face, and I snap back to reality. Oh, sorry, Mira. I kind of went away for a moment. Yeah, you've been doing that the whole day. How am I supposed to play tennis with you if you're just standing there catching flies? Sorry, I guess I have a lot on my mind. And it's time for Mira the Shrink to take care of you. Mira the Shrink? Yeah, tell me what's on your mind and I will tell you what to do about it. So, go on, tell me what's on your mind, and don't say nothing. I'm worried I'm running out of time. Julie said she loves me. I've got this rash in my foot. I say I'm worried I'm running out of time. Worried I'm running out of time. Yeah, but we knew that from the start, right? No sense in worrying about things you can't do anything about. But is everyone right? Am I shortening my life by going to school? Would you rather have a shorter life by going to school or a slightly longer one wasting away in your room? Good point. I'd rather be here with you. Buttering me up? Go on. Hey, you two. Stop standing around and start playing. Oops, we'll continue this conversation later. My brain fog continues into lunch. Mira keeps poking me, trying to keep my attention, but it's no use. Maybe you should go get some rest. Your face looks so tired. Maybe, but if I go home, I know my mom will pressure me to quit school altogether. We could go to the nurse's office? Can I sit here? There's Susan. All of us jump, startled by Susan's sudden appearance next to us. What's she doing here? Did Shorty beat her on another test? The students laugh, making Susan's face harden. I can see her trying to keep herself calm, and I motion to an empty seat next to me. You're more than welcome to sit with us. The students gasp. The gasps from the other students seem easier for Susan to ignore now that she's been welcomed. Oh, Susan, what's up? Did something bring you here today? This is quite odd. We gave him the letters, right? I want to know what the letters said. Yeah, nice to see you two, too. Susan lets out a frustrated sigh and shakes her head. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood. She leans forward, her elbows on the table, and looks at us. So what did you all learn from the diary? Mira fills her in, and Susan listens carefully, nodding along with a solemn face. So did you find any indication that Sayuri knew what was happening? No, I read it multiple times, but if she knew, she didn't write about it. I see. That's unfortunate. Susan stands up and looks at all of us in turn once again before nodding and shouldering her bag again. Okay, keep me posted if you find anything else. We have to give her letter. Without waiting for a response, Susan turns around and leaves the classroom. What was that all about? The rest of the day goes by in a blur. I can't focus at all. Is it because of my disease? Maybe I should ask Saya when I get back. I thought Saya was coming with us to school. I walk home slowly, not wanting to deal with my mom pestering me again about staying home. I know her heart's in the right place, but... Hey, Shorty, are you listening? Oh, Susan, I didn't see you. Oh, hear me either, apparently. I've been calling after you ever since you left campus. Sorry, I've just been in my head today. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about our mission. About Sayuri? Yes, what other mission could we possibly have to talk about? Anyway, we have the diary and you've read it, but what's next? What's the plan? I don't know. We haven't thought of anything yet. Susan crosses her arms and rolls her eyes as she heaves an exaggerated sigh. This is exactly why I have to get involved. If I leave this up to you three, nothing will ever get done. What do you have in mind? Glad you asked. Whatever happened with Sayuri, my dad knew. He had to.
Your parents told him about your sickness, even though it was supposed to be hush-hush, right? So I'm sure Sayori's parents did too, and if they did, it's in his files.
Okay, so how do we see what's in those files?
You're gonna come with me to nab them from his office.
Go with Susan, sit this one out. We're gonna get so expelled, but we're going with Susan and we're spending gems. Okay, I'm in. What do I have to do? We head back to the school and to the principal's office.
I texted my dad saying I needed him on the other end of the campus, but we still got the secretary to deal with.
What are we gonna do? Murder!
Watch and learn.
Susan grins and goes up to the secretary, smiling sweetly at her. Oh, hi, Susan. What can I do for you?
I just saw my dad in the gym. He asked me to come get you.
Oh, thank you, Susan. You're such a sweetheart. This makes me feel bad. The secretary gets up and walks quickly out of the office. That was much easier than I thought.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Now let's get those files.
One of us should stand guard. As we slip into the office, Susan locks the door and sweeps her eyes over the room.
My dad always has hard copy backups, so we just had to find the right file. Look for the cabinet with files from 2 years ago.
It doesn't take us long to find the cabinet, and Susan opens it up, expertly sifting through until she holds up one file triumphantly. Apparently it doesn't lock his files.
We've got it. Good work, Shorty.
The voices outside of the door cut off our celebration. Obviously, this would happen. Susan looks at me in a panic and whispers quietly, "Out the window!"
What's she doing back already?
We hear the muffled voices of a man's voice, and Susan's eyes widen.
Darn, it's my dad. We gotta get out of here.
But how? They'll see us if we go out the door. Secret passage. I look around the room and my eyes settle on the window. Oh my gosh. Does that window open?
Oh, Dad, the window. Let's go.
I rush over to the window and Susan carefully opens it before climbing out and motioning to me.
Come on, Shorty, before he opens the door.
You should let me go first. You're his daughter. You can get away with this more than I can. Oh, we've been caught. I crawl out the window and we carefully push it closed, but Susan gasps once again and I turn to look. Darn, a security guard.
He's gonna know something's up if he sees us here.
So what do we... Susan suddenly grabs me by the shirt, yanks me towards her, and kisses me hard. She holds the file against my back, out of view. It doesn't take long for my mind to put the pieces together, and I wrap my arms around her, returning the kiss. Hey, you kids, stop making out back here. You know better than that. Susan breaks the kiss, turning her face away from the sound of the security guard's voice. Oh, sorry about that. Damned horny teenagers always making out. The security guard walks away, grumbling to himself. Susan lets out a giggle and grabs my hand. We run away to safety, and once out of sight of the guard, Susan looks at the file in her hand.
We did it. We actually did it.
I reach out for it, but Susan pulls it away from my grasp.
Nope, I get to read it first.
We should just read it together, right? Susan laughs and shakes her head.
See you later, Shorty.
No, my information. She blows me a kiss and turns to run away, leaving me standing there confused. What was all that about? That night, I lie in bed, tossing and turning. I can't stop wondering about what Susan's found. I need to know what's in that file. Kinda thought she'd show up. Oh, chapter end. Just showed us Susan again. I'm going to pause here so I can go get a drink for my throat. I'm not sure how many chapters we have left, honestly. 11 days left. They didn't play the sound again. Okay, got the music. When I get home from school the next day, Saya is eagerly waiting for me. We better start talking about Susan like she wasn't at school or something. Okay, good.
So, what did the file say?
I don't know. Susan didn't show up to school today. I called it.
What? But she knows you're waiting to read what's in there.
Which means it has something to do with someone.
Call her. See what's up.
I tried 3 times today and nothing. She's not even opening my texts. I sigh and drop my backpack on the ground. I know Saya's disappointed, but to me, Susan's actions feel like a betrayal. Well, maybe she's just sick. I mean, it has only been a day. True, but apparently she's the perfect attendance champion for 5 years running, so...
Yeah, that does seem odd. I wonder what she saw in the file.
Something scandalous?
Of course not. There wouldn't be anything like that.
I think it's something scandalous. Whoa, why are you upset?
I'm not upset. You're just being dumb.
With that, Saya disappears, and I'm more confused than ever. When do we see the picture of Sayori and make the connection? 10 days left. I don't know if it's because I couldn't get any sleep last night, or because the fact that I only have 10 days left is hanging over my head, but I can't concentrate today at all. Miss Rue is trying to explain the lesson, but all I hear is noise.
Shorty, are you listening?
Huh? What? Sorry, what did you say? Question 7. Do you know the answer? I look at the book, but my mind can't make sense of the words. I'm sorry, Miss Rue, but I'm not feeling well. Can I go to the nurse's office? Julie shoots me a concerned look, and I give her a weak smile. Okay, but don't the rest of you get any ideas. Butchered that sentence. I make my way to the nurse's office and walk right past it. Instead of turning around, I just keep walking. It feels kind of good to move around. Maybe that's all I needed. Up ahead, I see Susan crossing by at the end of the hallway. Get her! Hey, Susan! She glances over for a moment before continuing to walk.
Leave me alone, Shorty.
Ask why, run up to her, or walk the other way. I'll run up to her. When I run up to her, face scrunches up in annoyance.
I told you to leave me alone. Don't you listen to what others have to say?
It'll only take a moment.
Well, maybe this isn't a good moment for me. You ever think of that?
What are you doing all by yourself anyway?
I could ask the same about you.
Yeah, but I asked first. Susan sighs and shrugs, looking off to the side.
It's just what I do when I'm feeling vulnerable.
Vulnerable? What's she feeling vulnerable about?
People get too hard to deal with, so I put some distance between myself and others for a while.
I can't imagine that's good for your ranking. Susan scoffs and kicks at the floor.
Those rankings don't matter anyway.
Now I know something's wrong. Why the sudden change of heart? And yet you got mad when I beat you. I'll say now I know something's wrong. Now I know something is wrong.
Oh, don't act like you know me. You just got here.
Yeah, but I can tell that being the best is important to you. What's changed?
You're just looking into things too much. It's no big deal, all right?
Anyway, I know I haven't known you for long, but I do know that it's not in your character for you to say that the ranks don't matter. I'm asking as a friend, okay? What's wrong? Fade to black. This is just a close-up.
As a friend? I'm your friend?
You're not? Susan's eyes go wide and a hint of pink flushes over her face just as the school bell rings. Students start coming out of their classrooms, passing us by, but somehow we don't take much notice.
Hey, Shorty, can I ask you something? What's the thing you regret most in your life?
She got that crazy look on her face again. Tell her your greatest regret, or tell her to get back to class. Tell her your greatest regret, whatever it is. I see, so she's stuck on something she regrets. Maybe if I tell her mine, she'll open up. Let me think. I don't think I have too many regrets. Life didn't give me many choices to begin with, but one memory comes to mind. I regret that I ignored my grandpa's request for me to play chess with him.
Chess with your grandpa? That's your biggest regret? A game?
Wow, way to judge me, Susan. Yeah, well, it's not just about the game, you know? My grandpa was a chess master when he was younger, so he wanted me to love it like he did. But I was just a kid. Video games are much more interesting to me.
For obvious reasons.
Every time he asked me, it made me more resistant to the point that I refused to even learn the rules. I didn't realize as a kid that it wasn't just about sharing the game. My grandpa wanted to share his love and time with me. By the time I realized that, he was already dead.
That's so sad. So you never played with him?
Not even once. Now I know what he was trying to do, but back then, I was just a selfish kid. I wish I could go back and tell him sorry. Susan nods sadly, and I nudge her shoulder. Okay, your turn.
My turn?
I told you mine, now you tell me yours. It's only fair.
Okay, but you have to promise to not tell the others. Pinky swear.
Susan holds up her pinky and a determined face, and I know she's serious. You're gonna have to spend gems to pinky swear. I link mine in hers and smile. I'll take it to my grave. In a few days. Satisfied, Susan nods and leans up against the wall, looking up at the ceiling.
Mine is about someone who's already gone, someone I can't apologize to.
Sayuri? Really? Who was it?
A friend of mine. I had a secret. One that probably could have helped her, made things much easier for her. But I kept it from that person, and now...
Susan slides down the wall until she's sitting on the floor, hugging her knees. I sit down next to her and give her an encouraging smile. Now what?
Now, all I want to do is say I'm sorry.
Susan drops her head, pressing her forehead to her knees. I put an arm around her shoulders and pull her close.
You probably think it's a stupid thing to be so hung up on.
Not at all. I get it. I really do. Susan looks up at me and searching my face, and I put a hand on her cheek, making her smile sadly. I may not know that friend, but I know she forgives you. She can see what's in your heart now, okay? Susan nods and leans forward, hugging me.
Thank you, Shorty. I don't think anyone else would have listened to me like you.
Anytime, Susan. We sit like that until one of the teachers comes by at the end of the passing period and tells us to get back to class. And the files went unmentioned. Somehow I make it through the rest of the day, and I breathe a huge sigh of relief as the last bell rings. Finally, some freedom.
I wish I could say the same. I have club today.
Oh, then I guess we'll work on our Sayuri mystery tomorrow?
I'm free. I can hang out.
Mira rushes into the classroom, and her smiling face is suddenly in front of mine.
Let's go on another date.
You just can't get enough of me, huh? Sounds good, or I'm a little tired. It feels wrong to say that in front of Julie. I'll just say I'm a little tired because I don't want to hurt Julie. I'm a little tired.
Then we could do something relaxing. Come on, let's live.
Will you drag my body back if I lose power?
I'll just call your brother to pick you up.
Wait, how do you have my brother's number?
Anyway, I was thinking we could do karaoke. How about it?
I do like karaoke, but with my lungs.
Yeah, brain fart. Sorry about that.
Mira laughs and thinks for a moment. Or is Julie already gone?
Do you like bowling?
I wouldn't know.
Wait, you haven't been bowling before either? Well, today's your lucky day.
Is this where we see a picture of Sayuri, the bowling champion? I don't do well at first, but with Mira's help, I eventually get a strike. Hey, I'm bowling!
You sure are. Now, if you can get another strike, that's called a double. And if you get 3 strikes in a row, that's called a turkey.
That's called a turkey. Golf has birds, too. A turkey? Why a turkey?
I don't know, but now I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get us some snacks. Wait here.
Is someone gonna come up to us? Shadow bowler. Mira jumps up and heads off to the concession stand while I watch the other bowlers. Mom always thought I was too weak, but I think I would have liked this when I was a kid. Eventually, I grow bored of watching others and look around for Mira. She's been gone a while. Where is she? She's been kidnapped. She's being harassed by shadow people. And then I spot her, cornered by a couple of guys and looking uncomfortable. Why didn't she scream? Confront the guys or create a distraction. I'll confront them. We're in a public place. But my gems. I walk up to the guys and raise my voice. Hey, you two need to leave her alone. They turn back to look at me with annoyed expressions. What's it to you, man? Yeah, we're just having a chat with this cutie over here. And she's obviously not interested. Mira pushes past the two of them, rushing to my side and clinging to my arm.
That's right, I'm here with my boyfriend, so bug off, creeps.
This guy's your boyfriend? He looks like a weakling. You could do better than him. Come on, we'll show you what a real man is like. Not you two. Oh, come on, you know you want to upgrade. One of the guys reaches for Mira, and she hides behind me as I push him away. Try to touch her again, and I'll kick your ass.
Shorty, be careful, there's 2 of them.
Oh, no one else in the bowling alley is helping. But Mira's worried whisper just makes me want to defend her more, and I put up my fists. Oh, this is going to get interesting. He rolls up his sleeves and takes a step toward me. I raise my fist higher and prepare for the fight when suddenly the security guard starts yelling at us. Hey, you kids, break it up! The security guard pushes his way between the guys and looks at everyone sternly. You kids want to have a fight, you go to a boxing gym. This is a bowling alley, you hear? Since when do bowling alleys have security guards? Yeah, whatever, old man. Guess you're safe for today, loser. You're missing out, girl.
Get lost.
Mira hugs my arm tighter as the guys turn and walk away. It's okay now, Mira. They're not going to bother you again. But she stays glued to my arm until we get back to our lane and sit down.
Thanks for saving me, Shorty.
But as she thanks me, she smacks me on the arm. Hey, what was that for?
For putting yourself in danger. Were you really going to fight them?
For you, of course. Mira's face flushes and her eyes go wide before she shakes her head and starts jabbing at my chest.
But what if you got hurt? You're sick, remember?
I batted at her fingers while laughing. Stop that. I was fine, wasn't it? I'm not hurt. Mira stops poking but still pouts.
You could have been, though.
And it would have been worth it for you.
Stop it. You're embarrassing me.
But she keeps smiling and the blush doesn't leave her face. It's true. If it's someone I care about, I can muster the strength to help them. To my surprise, Mira grabs the side of my face and gives me a kiss on the lips, making some of the other bowlers giggle. Oh, now you guys are paying attention.
Who gross? They're kissing.
Well, except for one. Mira breaks the kiss and grabs my hand, pulling me toward the front of the lane.
Come on, let's finish our game.
Just as we finish our game, Julie calls my phone. Oh no, what's wrong? Hey, what's up?
Are you two still out? My club ended early and Susan came by looking for you.
Susan did? What for?
She wants to talk about the file she has. Can we meet?
This part's going to be so freaking long. I hope I don't run out of space. Mira and I meet Julie and Susan at the cafe. As soon as we sit down, Susan lays out the file.
Wow, how many packs of sticky notes did you go through? You're still as organized as ever, Susan.
Okay, so what are we looking for at here? Susan points to a word on one of the papers in the file and looks up at us.
Do any of you know what this word is?
No way, there's too many letters for me to even try pronouncing. I hope she looked it up.
Is it a medical term?
Yes, it's a kind of brain tumor.
A brain tumor? Sayuri had a brain tumor? Oh no, that's awful.
Susan started pointing to other parts of the file.
And look, here and here and even here, they talk about how it's not a normal tumor. It's something the doctors were baffled by.
So, a new disease?
Or maybe a rare one? Anyway,
this file says it was inoperable. I guess that's why she never got better, huh?
Right, and since they didn't know exactly what it was, they didn't know what to tell her. So they just said nothing? What the heck? They should have at least told her what they did know. What kind of monsters would keep that kind of info from her?
Susan's face falls and she closes her eyes, shaking her head.
They didn't know what to say, I suppose. That's no excuse, that's just cruel. I have to agree with Mira. I guess it all makes sense now, doesn't it? The visits to the nurse's office, how she never went out toward the end. And she didn't even have a damn clue about any of it. I'm so mad for her.
Suddenly, Susan stands up and shoulders her bag.
So now you all know. You can keep the file. I don't need it. Susan, what's wrong? I'm going home.
Susan turns and walks out without so much as another glance at any of us. Go after her, ask what just happened, or text Susan now she's over. I'm going after her. I'll be right back. I get up and follow Susan outside. Susan, wait, what's wrong? Susan stops walking but doesn't turn around.
Do you think it was cruel too, to keep that information from Sayuri?
I don't know, but I think everyone did what they thought was best in a bad situation. Susan nods and starts walking again, leaving me to watch her in confusion. So either her or her dad had something to do with it. 8 days left. After the cafe, Susan makes herself scarce and we hardly see her on campus. Even when we do, she refuses to acknowledge us.
You know, sometimes I just wish that we didn't look into this stuff.
Into your friend's death?
Yeah, I mean, what good has it done? She's still dead and now we're even more sad about it.
We're gonna help her pass on.
But it brought us back together.
Mira smiles softly and hugs Julie.
Yeah, it did, and it gave us more time with you, Shorty. I don't regret any of it, actually. I think it's better we now know.
Either way, you can't change the past, but maybe now you can move on. Mira stands up suddenly and smacks her hands down on the table before looking at us with an excited smile.
You're absolutely right, Shorty. Sayuri wouldn't want us sitting around feeling sorry for her, would she? No, I don't think so. Exactly. She would want us to live, just like how Shorty is living and not moping around.
Mira looks at me and beams.
So, I have an idea.
Oh, let's hear it.
Is going to the beach on your bucket list, Shorty?
Last just before summer. I think we're getting repeats now. Are we gonna get swimsuit icons? What do you think? I don't like having this be so long, but I saved up to make it be 3 tickets. Because I hate having so many parts. My cosmic sweetheart. 7 days left. I wake up early, full of excitement for the day ahead. I can't believe your parents never let you go to the beach, not even just to walk on the sand. I shake my head and look at the swim trunks I bought on the way home yesterday. The shopkeeper must have thought I was weird for being so excited to buy these. You don't understand my mom. She probably would have had me in a bubble my whole life if she could.
Like a hamster or something.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if she seriously looked into it.
But she loves you. Though I'm not sure keeping you from living your life was the best way to go about it.
Yeah, well, we're remedying that now. Are you coming with?
Are you kidding? Of course I am.
Even though I won't be able to feel the waves or smell the sea, I can see it and run around. Saya smiles dreamily and spins around as she hums a tune to herself. You know, I think this day at the beach is the perfect way to kick off the last week of your life. Thanks for reminding me. Wow, it's so close. You're right, I have to make the best of it or don't kill the mood. I'll just say, wow, it's so close. Wow, it's so close.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I don't know. I should be sad or scared, right? But right now, I'm happy.
Oh, so high school has been good for you.
High school, or maybe just the people I've met there.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
When I get to the bus... Why is Mira wearing her school gym uniform? When I get to the bus stop, Mira and Julie are already there, waiting for me.
Ready for some fun in the sun, Shorty?
Yeah, thanks for thinking of this, Mira.
A chance to see you in some swim trunks? Oh yeah, I had to make it happen. Mira, you're such a pervert. Shorty loves it, don't you?
The bus pulls up and we file inside.
I guess she's not coming after all.
Who's not coming?
Wait for me.
Look at that. He goes, wait for me.
Susan, you made it. Cutting it close there, weren't you?
Oh wow, I wasn't expecting this.
Sorry, I'm late. My dad.
Susan sits down next to Julie and pants as she catches her breath.
He was giving you...
I went to get a drink.
He was giving you the 3rd degree?
Susan nods and drinks some water. Yeah, I think the phone's definitely mutes when it goes into sleep mode. The game, rather.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think he was excited for me. I do miss coming to your house. You always made great snacks. Seriously, Shorty, you should try Principal Kaz's pizza rolls. They're to die for. Anyway, thank you for inviting me, Mira.
Susan bites her lip and starts to worry at the edge of her bag.
I wasn't expecting it.
I'm glad you can come with us. Susan smiles and nods.
Yes, me too.
Mira puts an arm around Susan's shoulders, making her gasp in surprise.
It's gonna be just like old times.
Do we still not give her the letter, or was she there when we got the letters? I don't think she was, though. Is there a tree out there? There's no one else at the beach when we get there, which makes Mira extremely happy. That seems weird.
Just as I planned, we have to pick our pick of spots.
She runs over the sand laughing while Julie and Susan try to decide where to lay out our tarp. Our tarp? This is fantastic! I look over to see Sai at the shoreline playing chicken with the waves while giggling. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but I swear I can feel the water. I've never seen Sai so happy. She's so full of life, even though she's just a spirit. Suddenly, arms drape over my shoulders, and I turn my head to see Mira resting her chin on my shoulder.
Isn't it great here? The sounds, the smells, the wet sand under your feet. My sister, Sora, she loved the beach so much. Sora and Sayori took us to the beach all the time.
Does the beach make you miss them? Maybe they're here now too, or you don't talk about your sister much. I'll say maybe they're here now too, because I'm pretty sure one of them is. Maybe they're here now too.
Do you think? Do you believe in ghosts and such?
You kinda gotta, considering I'm here. Something like that.
In that case, yeah, I think
They'd be here too, although Sora has gone completely ignored.
everyone, the water is really quite cold. Probably because it's not even 10 yet. Exactly, why don't we go to the carnival on the pier while we wait for it to warm up?
That's not really how it works.
Oh, I love the carnival.
Sounds good to me. Mira giggles and latches onto my arm.
Carnival date!
Wow, look at that Ferris wheel. That's gigantic. Wow, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know about it being on the sand, though.
Your parents didn't take you to a carnival either? Wow, were they afraid a clown would scare you to death?
It's a legitimate concern. Everyone laughs, me loudest of all. Yeah, something like that. Too much excitement is bad for you and whatnot.
Well, let's test that theory. I'm sure there's something exciting here. We could go into the haunted house. It's right over there.
I'll pass. I don't like scary places.
Seriously, Julie, you know we hate haunted houses.
Julie pouts and looks at me.
Will you go in the haunted house with me, Shorty?
Go with her, or sorry, I'll go to the haunted house with Julie. We can't leave her alone. My gems. If we get one more gem question, I'm going to have to farm for them. Okay, let's go. Julie's face lights up and she bounces with excitement.
Really, you will? Thank you.
She takes my hand and happily leads us to the entrance. I wonder if this is from another game. It kind of looks like the school from Locker of Death. We walk slowly down the dark path, listening for any signs of the ghost about to pop up at us. Wonder if Saya will do it.
I don't know why you had to go into a haunted house.
Aren't I a ghost enough for you?
Be quiet. Huh? Who are you talking to?
Oh, there was a bug in my ear. Ooh. Saya pouts and disappears. Sorry, Saya, but I can't exactly say you're here. I'm surprised you like haunted houses, Julie. You don't seem the type.
Well,
What was that? That's the most movement we've gotten in one of these games ever. Julie screams and jumps as a ghost pops out to scare us. She clings to my arm and we start to move forward again.
I'm easily scared, but I do like it, so I'm glad you,
Julie pulls my arm back as she hides behind me, trembling.
Because otherwise
Julie jumps and scurries around to my friend as the ghost comes at us from behind.
I couldn't come on my own.
She laughs nervously, hiding her face in my chest while I hug her tightly. But you seem so terrified right now. Are you sure it's okay? Julie nods against my chest.
Yes, I love the thrill, but I need someone with me. That's why I'm glad you're here.
Then shall we see the rest? Julie nods and we hold hands. Let's see what else they have, and whoa! Julie screams the loudest. She screams so far as we get ambushed by 3 ghosts at once. We dash through them and into a hallway to catch our breath. After a moment, we turn to look at each other and start to laugh. Oh, you're right, that's kind of fun, though I think I just shaved years off my life.
Me too, but it was worth it.
We start to walk forward again and see the light from the exit up ahead. Julie stops walking and turns to look at me.
Wait a moment.
What's wrong? Julie shakes her head.
Nothing's wrong,
She takes a step forward and kisses me on the cheek.
I wanted to thank you for coming with me. I had fun, did you?
Yeah, a lot of fun. Thanks for bringing me. Julie smiles and leans in again, this time aiming to kiss lips. when a ghost comes out of nowhere and screams right between us. The ghost saved us! Julie and I scream back in surprise and run out of the exit, laughing as we leave. We eat some cotton candy and play a few games to pass the time. After a couple hours, Mira's stomach growls, making everyone laugh. We just left our stuff on the beach.
I guess the alarm clock has sounded. Want to get some lunch and go back to the water? Yes, it's getting quite hot already.
I was about to say we've been here for a while.
Yeah, I keep smelling that fried chicken. It's making me hungry. Let's get some grub and go. After buying some fried chicken from the stands, we go back to our place on the beach and start to eat.
You know, it's too bad we don't have a watermelon.
A watermelon? Don't tell me you don't know what to do with a watermelon at the beach either. No wonder you thought high school sounded exciting. You haven't even had any basic life experiences. I mean, we don't really do that in America. Although several of these characters have American names. Oddly, Saya does not. Saya has like a Japanese name. I don't know what's up with that. You've never done watermelon bashing? No? Do people actually do that?
They sure do.
What was that noise?
Watermelon bashing is my favorite beach activity.
I didn't know you were such a violent person. Does the watermelon get all sandy, or can you teach me how to do it? I'm going to say the sandy part. Doesn't the watermelon get all sandy?
We do it on a tarp, so there's no worries there.
Oh, that sounds logical.
I don't know. The sand might give it some nice texture. It's just gross, Mira. You know, I saw some watermelons for sale on the way back from the carnival.
Susan perks up and looks at Julie.
Really? Do you still remember where?
I think so.
Perfect. Let's go get one. Shorty, do you want to come with us?
Actually, I'm a little tired. I'm going to rest before we get in the water.
I'll take care of him. You two can go get the watermelon.
She's aiming right here.
Okay, we'll be back soon.
Mira and I wave Susan and Julie off and then start cleaning up her lunch. Is she going to confess?
It really is strange that you haven't done all these things. I thought every kid bashed a watermelon at least once in their lives.
I never have. Yeah, well, I've always wanted to try it, so I'm glad we're going to. Thought you didn't even know what it was. What's your favorite thing to do at the beach?
I like collecting shells. I used to make little art projects with them after I got home from the beach.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, but there's always something I've wanted to try at the beach that I've never done before.
Is it a kiss? What's that? Mira smiles and closes her eyes.
I've always wanted to make out with someone on the shoreline.
I knew it. Kiss Mira, tell her you hope she gets you. Oh, we don't even have 28 gems, but I'm not picking any of the girls yet, so tell her you hope she gets to. I hope you'll get to sometime. Mira's eyes flutter open and she tilts her head to the side, confused.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Feel bad for her. I'm sure someone cute like you will have no problem getting a guy to make out with you, except the one she wants.
Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? Come on, let's finish cleaning this up.
When Susan and Julie come back, they're holding not only a watermelon, but a giant pool float. I like how the watermelon is just floating in front of them, and like the floaty is just back there added to the background.
Whoa, where did you get that monstrosity?
What is it?
Well, you said you were tired, and I don't suppose you've had much swimming practice either. So Julie and I figured you could use a float.
I'm surprised they didn't get us water wings. I guess I'm just fine. You have to go through all the trouble, or now I can relax in style. Say 3. Now I can relax in style.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice float. I want to try it.
No, we got it for Shorty.
But I can ride it just a bit.
Maybe we can ride on it together?
It's a little small for 2.
Anyway, let's go swimming and then we can crack this watermelon open.
Mira cheers and starts running toward the water. Are they just swimming in their clothes?
Maybe you should do the watermelon first.
Why's that?
What? Who are you talking to?
I shake my head and laugh nervously. Nothing, just thinking aloud.
Oh, well, Mira and Susan are waiting. Shall we join them?
Yeah, I'll be right there. Julie nods and heads down to meet everyone. Don't worry, Saya, I'll be fine.
I really don't think.
You don't need to worry about me. I have the float and the others are going to look out for me. Just relax, okay? But as the ocean water looks at my feet, I can't help but shake the feeling that I wasn't trying to convince Saya I would be okay. I was trying to convince myself. Well, thank goodness. So, leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I gotta end this part really fast, so I'll catch you next time. Bye!